I don't even know if we're fucking live. I don't even care if we're live anymore at this point.
You a little worn out there, Jay? Hey, why does your microphone have pubic hair?
It's not pubic hair, actually. I raged so hard over this setup, I killed my cat, and this is now a tribute. A
You stuck the
memorial.
microphone in its butt all the way up to its head?
Something like that, yeah.
All right, roll that intro.
Okay. I almost forgot to set it back to the main thing here. Oh my, this has not been a good day. There's
Welcome
just
to
so much.
Tech Talk, show 42, titled Jay fucking with cables and trying to do shit on the wrong computer. And God, this guy.
Well, guys, I'd like to welcome you to today's show. Thank you for coming. As always, Jerry, it's been a lot of fun.
Always. It's almost more fun
I'm ready
setting
to-
up the stream than it is actually doing it.
I'm ready to
We need to
shut-
actually...
I'm
Go
ready
ahead.
to shut down the stream, guys. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for coming. It's been nice.
Tech Talk 42. You know what's sad about all of this clusterfuck that tonight's turned out to be whatever
Use your English.
The last couple of days I've been thinking, so many people are asking me about building streaming computers. I should do like a how to set up a live stream video. At this point, I have no credibility. I can't do it.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, yeah, you're like, how to set up a live stream machine 2.5 hours later into the video, all your shit's just broken on the floor and you're nowhere to be found.
In my defense, you've had some pretty comical moments yourself trying to do Twitch.
I have. I have. No, there's actually, I've actually considered just building a computer just to set up once and just never do anything else on it. All that computer will be doing is streaming. That's it. I'll never even unplug the damn cameras from the thing just because it's always such a nightmare.
Just to even point out how much this has been bad, like I can't even find our doc. Where's our document?
Here, I'll link it to you.
I need the doc. I'm lost. I don't know where we are.
I'm so sorry, Jay. I'm so sorry. All right, here it
Oh,
is.
thanks, Jethro.
Coming right at you, bro.
We
All
actually
right.
have some topics and stuff, guys.
Yeah, we actually borrowed a guy from the Juan Show over at Linus Media Group, Dom, aka Ghost, if you may know him. He goes by Ghost, and he's a hell of a doc writer. Like the dude, basically, like I feel like we're like a bona fide TV show looking at this.
I know, right? I better
Yeah.
up my brightness here. My brightness is actually pretty bad. Don't mind me, guys. I'm still
I
setting
mean-
up. That's all.
I mean, just this is pretty cool. Look, we got a doc, we got a bona fide document here.
You showed nothing but a white screen, right?
Oh, really?
It was just like light. That's all
Oh
it
my
was.
God, Monkey's fucking a football tonight for sure.
But my camera's smooth. At least
I
I
don't
caught that before I started the stream. Everyone's like, "Hey Jay, you're lagging again."
Oh my
For
God.
some reason,
I
the
bet-
Logitech is not getting along with my computer.
Yeah, I don't think Ghost is ever going to make us another document after watching the first 5 minutes of this. Here, let's see if I can fix my Ghost status here.
Robert Tar
Does
says,
that look a little
"LOL,
better?
Jay." Robert Tar says, "LOL, Jay's is lost." I am lost. What was the very first thing I said to you today on Skype earlier at work when you texted me or you messaged me?
We're going to start setting up at 5 p.m. just so we don't have any of these problems.
No, even before that, you said,
Oh.
"Hey, buddy, what's up?" And I said, "What?" Do you remember?
No.
I said I woke up a zombie today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I remember that.
No, but I think this is living proof that I am zombified today.
You look a little zombified. Well, actually, I mean, I didn't get to sleep till 3 a.m. I have this problem where I lay my head on the pillow and my brain just decides to just kick into overdrive. Like I don't know, like snorted cocaine or something. It will not let me go to sleep. It's like, screw you. I'm going to think about how the universe was formed. And I finally just said, screw it, got up, and then I logged into work and worked for like 3 hours. So I didn't go to bed until like 3 a.m. But on the plus side, I got more done in that 3 hours at work than I did like the previous like 2 days. So that was awesome.
Yeah, I can tell who hasn't watched my videos in a while. Someone's like, "Whoa, Jay got a new desk. Jay got a whole freaking new room." You probably
Yeah,
can't really tell.
Jay got everything new except for carpet,
See?
basically.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to change that carpet either. There's the TV and stuff over there, some more shelves, and the other PC
Like,
over
the
there.
carpet's sexy. I wouldn't change the carpet.
I will never get rid of this carpet because I have a daughter that'll come in and be like, "Dad, can you open this popsicle?" I dropped it. I'm serious. It's like no matter what I do, if this was a uniform single color carpet, it would look
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah, my carpet's looking pretty ratty up here. I mean, if anybody came into this room and looked down at the floor, they would be like,
Yeah, and see, this carpet's not that old.
it looks like
we're
I
always talking
straight
about
up
my
Dextered
carpet.
people.
Sick of tired of talking about carpet. All right, topics. First topic. You actually chose this one, and I'm completely lost on this. I even read the notes, and you need to take us into it because I have no idea about it. And I'll try and show the video.
I'll take the lead on this one. So, and you guys can keep up and chat over here if you've heard of it or you haven't heard of it. Anyways, Amazon. You know, the guy's famous for selling you stuff. You know, hey, be sure to use Jay's affiliate link because you know he's poor people and he needs your support. But Amazon apparently on the 18th of this month is supposed to unveil some super ultra secret project.
Do you want me to show the video real quick to the stream?
Yeah. See, show the video. Definitely.
I can show the video. Just take 2 seconds here. It's a black screen, guys. Yes, I know it's a black screen. Nothing is broken.
It's okay. Well, you're doing that. I'll keep telling them about what's going on. Anyways, they've only released this teaser video that Jay's about to show you, and it basically gives you absolutely nothing. I mean, it's literally just watching people go, "Oh my god, wow!" But you do get a couple clues. All right, go ahead and start playing it.
Which one was it? Which scene was it? There it is.
That is awesome.
Push the button. It looks like a triangle sideways.
It moved with me.
Okay, so basically,
really cool.
People are just looking down, right? I mean, this is the video where people are just like basically looking straight ahead, going, "Oh my god," and they're bobbing their heads back.
They can hear the audio.
Yeah, this is neat.
Okay, well they can hear me, right?
Wait,
I don't
30
think I've ever
seconds.
seen anything like that.
All right.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
That's super awesome. I don't know how you guys do it.
It's pretty flawless and seamless.
Wow, that is really cool. How does it do that? Whoa.
That's pretty good. I'm impressed.
That's pretty damn intuitive.
That's really cool. I would use that a lot.
That's really cool.
That's fantastic.
Do I have to give this back?
Okay, I think it's the world's most realistic dildo.
It's entirely possible because you look at the way they're looking at it and they're like, they kind of got this like screwed up look on their face. And the universal speculation, like the top speculation that's out there on the web, and I thought about this myself, is that Amazon is unveiling a new smartphone.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at how these people are looking at it in the video, and you can see that they're doing this whole duck and bob thing, and they're looking at it. So I'm almost thinking that if it is a smartphone, it has to have something to do with a 3D screen and some kind of head tracking. I mean, obviously what they're looking at has some dimension to it. If it was a phone, they would just be looking straight on. They wouldn't be like ducking and bobbing and being like, "Oh my god, porn's going to look great on this."
It'll be interesting because Apple owns the patent to that screen depth interaction head tracking thing.
Well, it's not head tracking. They own accelerometer based. But imagine if you actually did, if you did head tracking, then you would be able to actually orient the device with your head. I don't know how they do that in real time without killing a battery, though. That's the part I don't get.
The Amazon. You
know what it might be too? It might be a new Kindle. That was the other thing I speculated. Like that is the speculation out there. But maybe it's a Kindle with a 3D screen.
I wasn't thinking smartphone. I was thinking tablet of some sort because they already have one.
Yeah, and I was just thinking one of the guys in that video you just watched, one of the guys was like, "I'd use that every day." I mean, who the fuck says that about a cell phone? It's implied. Yeah. Everybody uses a cell phone every day. So the fact that he was like, "Man, I'd use that every day," tells me I don't think it's a cell phone. If it is, that guy really, really needs a life. Oh my god.
I'd use it if I had friends.
Yeah, I don't cell phone. I play my Angry Birds on that. But it sounds to me like the majority of the banter on the internet right now is that it's some kind of device with a 3D screen and 3D gesture tracking of some kind, whether it's eye tracking, head tracking, or whatever. But the fact that, and some of those guys, I mean, they were moving a lot. They weren't just like going... Yeah. I mean, some of them were like really, really trying to push it to its limits. So I'm thinking this might be some next level shit, but we'll see. I mean, this kind of reminds me of, remember Dean Kamen when he invented his little, what do they call the thing? The Segway.
Oh, yeah.
Dean Kamen created the Segway, and all they said was the Segway will revolutionize the world. It'll change transportation as we know it. People will move point to point like they've never done before. Anyways, he hyped it so much that everybody was expecting like fucking teleporters. I mean, it was, and then he released it, and it was like, it was a like fucking trice. Yeah, it was like, what would you even call that? Yeah, it was a Razor scooter with the wheels on sideways. I mean, it wasn't anything special.
Well, you got to admit. I mean, it's cool because it's gyro balanced and all that stuff. But
don't get me wrong, I want one.
Although George Bush managed to plop on his face on one, but
oh my god, no! I heard that was a big deal. And didn't one of the creators of it or the president of the company die like driving one off a cliff? I remember this. It was somebody who was high up in the company was testing their off-road version of the Segway, and he literally drove the damn thing off a cliff and died. So that's not really good marketing for the company. Plus, coupled, it's $5,000. You could buy a small car for that.
World's most dedicated QA tester, right there.
Seriously,
this thing has cliff detection. We're gonna test it now. Here we go.
All I'm saying is, if I was gonna test a product like a jet, I would do it at 10,000 feet out over the ocean. I wouldn't do it at like ground level through Seattle. It's like that. I feel like that was just a really bad personal choice. But I guess he believed in his product. Unfortunately, the product didn't believe in him.
Well, we know it's an electronic device of some sort. That's going to be a given.
I'm looking at something else that says, okay, so one of the notes that we have here is Intel CEO Brian, what is it, Kersnich, whatever, said his company's partners are integrating its 3D camera into mobile devices. So that was another kind of little breadcrumb and a clue. Is Amazon using this?
The timing of their announcement and Amazon's little, like, on the 18th. And by the way, the 18th,
yep.
That's the day you come down here, so we'll get to talk about it in person.
No, that'll be cool. That'll be absolutely cool. And then the day after I come out, what is the 19th is our Tech Talk, right? So we should have a lot of information on it because I'm guessing everybody's going to flood.
No, oh yeah, you guys, just so you know, Jerry, some of you guys may not know this, Jerry is coming down to Southern California to stay here for a few days. We're going to be doing a Tech Talk on June 19th here together. And on Friday, we're going to be down at Newegg. We're going to be doing some Yoked with them. And then Saturday, we're going to be at the MLG event. So if you guys are in Southern California and you'd like to meet us, too bad. We're not. No, I'm kidding.
Just kidding. Bring booze. No, just kidding.
Yeah, we'll be down at Anaheim on Saturday, and then we're going to go party, and we'll have some fun. So
yeah, we got a pretty packed schedule. I pretty much hit the ground running. I mean...
Well, I have pretty good connections out here, and you were like, you said, I'm coming down. So what I do, I started calling people. Next thing you know, we have a business meeting. We have some events we're going to. We're going to be on another live stream you get to crash.
I know the reverse psychology was strong on this one because all you guys had to do was bombard me on Twitter. Jerry's never coming down here. Jerry, he's such a fucking liar. He's never come down here. I'm like, screw you guys. I'll show you. Next thing I know, I got a round trip ticket. I'm like, I'll show them.
And who had to show you how to buy a ticket?
You did.
You were
I don't travel much, guys. I'm fat, virgin for life, and I rarely leave my mom's basement. That's upstairs.
You're like, they charge me 2 seats when I fly.
They make me put up the armrest. I got to put a butt cheek on each chair to be safety conscious. No, it's I actually like flying. What am I think I'm flying. Shit, I can't even remember which airline it was. Was it Southwest?
Yeah, you're flying Southwest. The bus.
Yeah, I'm flying the bus of the sky.
You know what's funny is I normally fly Virgin America out of LAX, but since you're down here and I'm flying to New York City. I'm going to New York City for a week the following day after you leave. So I'm going to drop you off at the airport at like 8 a.m. and less than 12 hours later, I'm taking myself to the airport to fly out of Southwest, the same gate you're flying out of.
Jesus, yeah, I don't fucking envy you, man. I
don't
like traveling. Microsoft's tried to send me to India, they tried to send me to China, and I somehow weasel out of it every single time because I'm not a big traveler, man. I like to stay in Washington. Yeah. Washington's nice. It seems like every other place you go on Earth, either a rattlesnake kills you, or a spider kills you, or a hummingbird with AIDS kills you. It's like Washington's safe.
Well, I am going to be taking a trip up to Seattle. It's just very unlikely it's going to be for PAX, which is disappointing. It'll be 2 years in a row I didn't make it.
It's okay, I'll drink a couple for you. So let me see. As far as this Amazon thing, just to kind of close it out, it looks like the money's on smartphone. I would imagine that there was enough of a leak in certain areas that's probably backed with some evidence. So I'll be kind of shocked if it's not a phone or a tablet of some kind. It's obviously going to have something 3D. Something about it's going to be 3D because otherwise people wouldn't be bobbing their heads around.
If you guys are just joining us, that's obvious because of the way they're looking at it. And they're like, whoa.
Yeah, they're like, whoa, dude, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And then the last note that we had on it was that it was reported last year that the Amazon phone would be free, but the CEO basically denied that and said denied that the phone would cost nothing. So I think that's just rampant speculation.
But he didn't deny that there was a phone.
He didn't deny that there was a phone. So I think you're right. I think my money's on phone. But the guy threw me off who was Jerry, like, I would use that every day.
Maybe it's the Kindle phone. Maybe it's a phablet of some sort.
I did see some new tablets that were coming out where they're making phone tablets now. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. I mean, bigger than the 6-inch.
For a while, like the Samsung Note.
No, I'm not talking about the Note. I'm talking about there's like there's one out there. It's like a 7 or 8 inch tablet.
Oh, God.
And they showed a lady talking on it, and it's like the size of her head, and her fingers can barely get around the edge. And I was like, whoa, they're really doing this?
God, so we're only one Apple keynote away from the iPad phone. Hello? Hello? It's already stupid enough when people, and I know someone in the stream has probably done this, no offense to you, but it's already stupid enough when people are at somewhere in public and they take their tablet and they're like, shh, they're taking pictures. Shh.
Dude, I see that so much where
It's
I work. 'Cause
already
we get a lot of
stupid enough.
tourists through there, and yeah, they're like, I saw a dude doing it with a laptop computer. He folded the screen completely flat, and was holding it up by the keyboard, taking pictures. I was like, "Are you really?" I mean, he literally turned it around with the keyboard facing out and was like taking pictures. I was
And you
like,
know what's
"All right,
sad
well."
is he very well may have had a smartphone in his pocket.
He probably did. They had like 500,000 more megapixels
He's like,
than what that thing did.
You know, if I take the picture on the computer, I just cut out the middleman altogether. I don't have to transport that stuff. I don't have to transfer. I don't have to email it. It's just right there.
He's like, "What are megapixels anyways? This mega what's this megajoules? I don't care."
How's you gonna call them mega? They're so tiny.
All right, so Amazon 18th. Jay and I will talk about it on the Tech Talk, not next week, but the week after. Right? Is the week after?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the week after, not next Tech. So Tech Talk 44, we'll be talking about this.
And
It's gonna be epic.
There might be a little booze involved in that episode.
I think there should absolutely actually every video we do when I'm down there should be at least 1 or 2 drinks involved. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right, so on to the next topic, and this one's fun because we talked about
We saw this coming.
Yeah, we talked about Comcast and Netflix, so why not talk about Verizon and Netflix now? And it's actually funny because it's a little bit different, right? It's the same story. It's the same whole story about extortion and
But
wanting
the finger
money to treat
pointing on an executive level is now taking place.
Yes, the finger pointing is definitely taking place, but the really funny thing here is that Netflix is being passive aggressive as shit by actually calling out the ISPs to the customers.
Mm-hmm.
So now when you watch Netflix, where it normally say buffering and we're adjusting for your video quality. Now at the bottom it says Verizon, your network is oversaturated, so we're having to lower your video quality.
Yeah, it
so they're
basically
calling
says-
them out.
Yeah, it basically says something along the line of the Verizon network is crowded right now, adjusting video for smoother playback.
I mean, you're reading between the lines, and it's like your fucking ISP's ripping you off. Fuck them. I mean, I'd have to imagine the meeting that took place to come up with that decision. Like they're sitting in a room. It's like, how do we make Verizon look really bad without actually committing slander? It's like,
I know, right?
Because it does. It almost seems slanderous, but at least they have the evidence to back it. So it's definitely not slander. But that seems like a really risky thing on their part to be like straight up calling the ISPs out. Because it's one thing to say your internet is slow, we're going to adjust your connection. It's another thing entirely to say your internet's slow because of your fucking internet provider. Call them up right now and start bitching. Whoa, Jay, easy. Easy. That's hypnotic, man. It looks. You know what it looks like? It looks like a giant paintbrush.
It looks like I scalped Don King.
It looks like a Wookiee started eating the microphone and died halfway.
If you guys, okay, people are. I've seen a lot of messages like, "What the fuck is on his mic?" Okay, guys, this is just one of those boom mic fuzzies that stops the wind. Watch. See, it's not all loud, and I. Part of the reason why we're late is I was trying to set up the other machine for. Anyway, I had a bracket.
Try was the opportunistic word there. Try.
I had a bracket up here that was holding on my pop filter, and in the movement, I broke it off. So I was like, "Oh shit! I need a way to stop my positives from going on the microphone." I was like, "Aha! Light bulb!" And then I went ahead and was like, "I got a dead cat I can stick on there." So that's what I did.
Oh, that's hilarious. So on the Verizon thing, basically, it looks like Verizon's taking this approach of now they're basically trying to call out the net neutrality violations, in the form of a message to every customer.
You know what I hate about net neutrality? I'm so sick of it because people keep throwing out net neutrality because it's a recognizable phrase, but just like the DMCA, it's not being used in the right context.
Yeah.
Like people keep talking about net neutrality in terms of throttling. Throttling and net neutrality are not the same thing entirely. No. But they keep throwing out net neutrality. I'm so sick of it, and it's mainstream media. Anyway,
yeah, it's one thing. It's one thing to have a network saturated, but it's another thing to intentionally take available bandwidth away from something to give it to something else because money changed hands.
I need to chill out on the passionate rants I get into in the middle of Tech Talk because I've noticed I have a spike in unsubs on Thursdays.
It's okay. It's just they don't like you for a few minutes. It's just like when you get a fight with your wife. You just kind of go into your separate rooms for a little while, and then you realize, we've been together for so long. It's all good.
But you know what's funny though is not only do I have a 3 times as many unsubs on Thursdays, I also have twice as many subs. So it's still a high number on both sides.
You're just trading currency. It's just like today I saw your post on.
You heard it, guys.
Facebook.
Y'all's Bitcoins.
Yeah, it's like the funniest things that you post as far as people unsubbing is when their comment is, "Jay, you're not being serious anymore. We're gonna unsub." I'm like,
but right above
seriously?
that guy's comment. But right above that guy's comment, Jay, we missed the old silly you.
Yeah, no, it's like more people. That's the whole thing. Is it's almost like YouTube's kind of a democracy in a way, because it's like if 95% of the people want something and 5% of them don't, unless you're really passionate about it, you try to give the 95% what they want. But somehow that 5% thinks they represent the 100%.
That 5% thinks they have a say. I
always see these messages where people they say I speak for everybody here when you should insert insult here. And I'm like, no, I've seen 2 comments out of, 11,000 to trillion to billion, and that's all I got.
I have 61 Twitter mentions. We should probably check Twitter. Okay. So,
yeah.
What I think is funny is I'm the one that's all like rambling, and you're like, okay, topic, stay on topic. You're afraid of all of the topic trolls.
You guys never have any topics. We don't like you
No, this is the first time we've actually had like a really well-written document. I'm actually kind of excited about it. It's like playing with a new toy.
Yeah, but I don't want to blow through it and be done early, considering the fact that we started late.
Okay, don't worry. We're gonna milk this Verizon thing. Okay, we're gonna talk some shit about the CEO. We're gonna say that Bob is an asshole. No,
who's Bob? Actually, my dad's name is Bob. So could we clarify?
Oh no, sorry. That would be Bob Ellick.
Oh yeah. That guy. That's the guy over at Verizon.
He's the Verizon spokesman. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Netflix is only testing it in the U.S. at the moment, of course. Well, Verizon is Verizon even in other countries? Canada, they have like a sister company in Canada.
Huh.
Anyway. But yeah, what's funny is, why does this all come on the heels of them signing an agreement? It's like, okay, we signed this agreement. It doesn't bother Netflix at all if they're going to pay for this fast lane, because they're just going to pass the cost on to us. And I say us because I think most of us have a Netflix account. But then it's like, okay, we've come to an agreement, and now we're going to start pointing fingers, because the bottom line is you're still going to be dealing with buffering and unhappy people. So Netflix is like, it's Verizon, and Verizon's like, this is just a PR stunt.
The other thing that's funny too is the ISPs. This is the weird thing, is you'd think that the ISPs themselves wouldn't want to admit that they're actually doing this kind of stuff, but a lot of the ISPs are like, yeah, we've been doing financial shit like this forever. We've been doing deals to support people's bandwidth and to support stuff that they want. I mean, you can do that. I mean, you as a customer for your business can go and allocate certain amounts of bandwidth to something, and the ISP has to guarantee that to you, and by them guaranteed to you, they're stealing it from the people that they don't have to guarantee it to. So it's already happening kind of on this small scale. But now that this is all out in the open and net neutrality is such a big buzzword, everybody's like, oh shit. It's kind of like with the whole pink slime thing, right? You remember the old hamburger thing? It's like everybody's been eating hamburgers forever, right? Ground beef. Everybody's been eating ground beef forever. Then all of a sudden, like,
you're gonna get salmonella.
Exactly. Then the news comes out, and they're like, oh my god, they use ammonia and shit to like cleanse the meat and all this stuff. FDA's been doing it for years, right? For like 20 years, but they call it out, and everybody's like, ew. So everybody stops buying the pink slime, and the price of meat goes up through the roof. So what does everybody start doing after the media calms down? They go start buying the pink slime again like it never happened. They're like, oh, it must be good now.
Just wipe its butt and put it on the plate.
Yeah, and I think that's what's happening with the net neutrality thing, is they just keep rewording it and throwing it at Congress or whatever. And they're like, oh, we're not going to call it giving them preferential treatment for money. We're going to call it having a fast lane. Like it's somehow a completely separate infrastructure when it's not. It's the same infrastructure. Yeah. They're just stealing more band. It's just rewording the same thing, right? And so I think they're just hoping at some point that they'll just beat it to death. Everybody will be like, oh, yeah, that sounds okay. And then it'll just disappear.
Oil. It's snake oil.
I mean, the internet's already fucked up today. It honestly is. Like, this is already largely going on. Your ISP already throttles the shit out of you in some cases so they can give your bandwidth to somebody else. I mean,
the internet is a pretty messed up place. You go into that beyond part of the internet.
Yeah, stay away from the other side of the internet. Dude, I love this chair. Oh, my God. Hey, did you see I got my pillow? My neck pillow, finally, the red one. I can finally finish the review on this thing now.
How's the wobble on that chair? Does it wobble?
Huh?
Does that chair wobble? Side to side?
It wobbles a little bit because it's so heavy. It's a really heavy chair, but it doesn't squeak, it doesn't pop, it doesn't make any noises, and it does this.
Is it going to fit my turkey butt?
Oh, easily, dude. This thing's huge. They actually sell 2 versions. They sell an Evo and an Evo XL, and the XL is for us big ass gentlemen.
Oh, so that you're not sitting on the bolsters?
Yeah, no. I didn't have to like take off the armrest so that my butt cheeks could sit on them. I mean, it was.
I remember the first time I tried to sit in a GT3 because I had a friend that used to work at a company out in Los Angeles called By Design, or maybe it was a GT2, but it was a custom Porsche shop, and they did nothing but modified Porsches, and I remember he was like, "Yeah, check out this car," and I went to sit in this GT2, and I was like.
Not even joking. This is going to be embarrassing as hell, but the Dirtfish Rally School. You know that I've been there multiple times.
Did you have to get a special seat?
the problem is they only have like one car there that I fit in. The rest of them, because they're racing seats, so they completely come in and grab your side.
It's like 5 inches of bolster.
So they have one car that I basically fit into the racing seat version. They have a couple cars that have regular like car seats, but for the racing seats, they have one that I fit in, and I literally have to sit in it and breathe out and exhale, and my body contracts just enough that I just kind of go thwomp, and I sink down in the seat. And literally, I wouldn't even have to put a seatbelt on. You could flip that fucking car over, and I'd be hanging from the seat. That's how much it's like vacuum seal. So to get out of the seat, I literally have to put my arms down on the side and push as hard as I can. And it's like, I mean, it's like a Lego piece, man. My ass just fits right into that thing.
Robert Tart says, Jerry's a fat, he's fluffy.
I'm fluffy. Yeah. I like being fluffy.
What were we talking about again? Oh yeah, Verizon. Fuck Verizon. Okay.
Yeah, fuck Verizon. We suspect
now.
What is this? We suspect. Okay, wait. We suspect Netflix hopes the buffering alerts will generate enough call volume to ISPs, politicians, and the FCC that it'll force ISPs to rethink their paid interconnection policies. So yeah, again, they're really hoping that by them calling them out on your screen that you're going to go and cause enough shenanigans that they're going to basically back off.
iRacing is a subscription I pay for, and sometimes there are updates I have to download so that I can get, that's a big cup, so that I can get on the game or the simulator.
Yep.
And
sorry to mesmerize you there for a second.
I was gonna come up with a comment, but there was nothing non-derogatory I could say. So, anyway, there are times I can't get into a race or something because I have to download a content update, and it may be a gig or two large.
Yeah.
There are times I download from them at 7, 8, 10 megabits per second, or megabytes per second. That's pretty fast.
Yeah.
And because I have a 100 megabit connection, sometimes I get the whole bandwidth if the server can serve it up. There are times,
you shut your dirty whore mouth.
There are times when I have to walk away and not play for a day or two because for some reason they're only serving it to me at anywhere between 90 to 100K.
Yep.
Now, do you think I'm going to call up my politician and be like, hey, I paid for this service and I'm only getting 100K? Do you think they care?
Yeah, they do. If I was a congressman and I got a call, no, just kidding. Just call him, be like, Congressman Smith, you motherfucker! I can't download my updates for my iRacing. You hear the spittoon, pling. It's like, no. The answer is no.
Speaking of iRacing, real quick, I have like a really good record on iRacing. Oval racing is my thing. I'm like Dale Jarrett reincarnate on if he were still racing, right?
Have you already surpassed me for your license?
I don't know what level, what license.
I think I'm a rookie C.
No, I'm a D because I've only done 5 races, but I've already moved up all the way through rookie and then halfway through D in 5 races.
Oh, actually, you know what? No, I am in D. I think you've actually surpassed me already, and I've been playing for what, like 2 years?
See, I don't qualify. I start in the back of the pack on purpose just so that I can stay away from everyone's wrecks, right? It's iRacing license is based on safety rating, not on placement. So there's plenty of times I'll start like 18th, last place, and finish in top 5. But last night, I had a lag spike or something. I don't know. We were Daytona. We were doing about 198, maybe 199 miles per hour. We were all bunched up. I was in 4th place. And I don't know what happened. My game froze for a second. And when it came to, cars were like, ah! Everyone was just crashing, flipping. And I was like, oh my God, did I cause that? I looked at the replay and my car just went, whoa, whoa, bam! It like pulled left, went right, smacked into a guy. He hit the wall, he flipped, and I took out like 3/4 of the field.
Oh my God.
Let's just say I cut off with nothing but radio noise from everyone. What the fuck?
And for you guys that aren't really familiar with iRacing, the people that play iRacing are more serious about iRacing than the people that drive the real fucking cars in like real life. Like Dale Earnhardt Jr. doesn't get his butt hurt when he wrecks into the wall.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. will crash and he'll be like, sorry about that, guys. We'll get him next time.
Yeah, just a little too loose in the back end. Yeah, just put in a little nudge there for the tire, be fine. No, on iRacing, it's like, you motherfucking retard. What are you doing on the server? Bleep, 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 bleep. And it's funny because you read the iRacing policy and it's like, no swearing, no cussing, don't be derogatory. And it's like, I'll tell you what, you rub somebody's bumper in that game and they are all over you on the comms. And if they don't have comms, they'll chat. Like literally while they're driving. It's like texting while you're race car driving. You start seeing all the text show like, you fucking moron. Well, I guess they got time to type since I wrecked them and they're off in the corner. But still, that's not the point.
Oh, here we go. I'm getting the comments of like, why are you using the script? Blah. I just put QQ. Anyway,
no, it's not a script.
It's just a doc outline.
It's just bullet points on some subjects.
Anyway, I did stay in the race long enough just to be like, sorry, guys. And one guy did stand up here. He's like, I'm pretty sure he lagged because he blinked.
Yeah.
So my car,
so
apparently my car blinked and came back and killed like 90 people.
So since we're done talking about iRacing, should I remove that from the document now? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
everybody thinks everything's on the document for the show. No, it's like we've talked about 2 things off the document. Everything else has just been our regular shit.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move topic 3 to topic 5. Let's go ahead and move 5 to 4, and let's go ahead and move into topic 2. 1, we can
Yeah, let's go ahead and just drop that whole other subject entirely, because they don't want to know about that stuff.
Now, this next topic I didn't actually pick, so I'm going to go ahead and let you bring it in, because I'll be honest, I don't give a shit.
I know, isn't it funny? The Microsoft guy's the one that recommended the iOS 8 and OS X topics.
It has predictive typing now. Welcome to Google 2010.
All right. Well, typical Apple release. They now just so Steve Jobs must be rolling over in his grave because they just invented transparency on Windows and OS X. So that's pretty amazing. Like I've never ever seen that in Linux or in Windows Vista they completely created transparent Windows.
Somebody sent me this picture that was like how Android users view Windows or view iOS 8. I'm gonna find it real quick and I'll put it up.
Oh, that'd be funny. But no, I just thought it was funny because I was watching the WWDC broadcast and they were up there and literally they talked about transparent windows for like 10 minutes straight. Like, oh my God, you can see the mood and the ambiance bleeding behind the window and bleeding behind the bar when you move it. And then they did like an automated demo and then they did a live demo of the exact same thing. And I was like, holy shit, you had to do that much filler on translucency behind a window, which has been there for forever. I mean, we actually took it out. I mean, we didn't even leave it in Windows. It's like we took it out. Like we're done.
Yeah, we're
like
past
that was
that.
yesterday.
We're past
But it's one of those things where it's like with iOS, there's certain people that really, really like, with iOS and OS X, there's people that really, really enjoy that kind of shit and they eat it up. But for me, the only things that were really worth mentioning to me was that I like the Hey Siri. I use Siri a lot. I actually like Siri. And on the Windows phone, they have Cortana now, and Cortana actually works pretty good. I would say it's almost as good as Siri, but there's still some things that need to be worked out there. But the thing I like about Siri is that literally I can say shit 100,000 different ways. I can say, create an appointment tomorrow, 2 hours past now, or whatever. You can just talk to it regularly, and it usually gets it right. And so I use Siri a lot, but I hate having to hold the damn button down until it's like plump plump. And then you start talking too soon and the microphone doesn't pick it up. So now it's just always listening. So you can just say, hey, Siri, I want to do something. Now, I don't know how bad that's going to affect battery life. I got to imagine that's going to murder battery life.
I hate when I grab my phone out of my pocket, and apparently I grabbed it by the button, so it comes out of my pocket going, blum, blum.
Yeah. And Siri's like, what'd you say? Your dick was talking to me.
Yeah, so this is what was sent to me right here. You have to see it in the stream, but this is how Android users see iOS 8. And it just looks like Windows 95. So someone took Windows 95 and put it on the iOS screen.
Oh, that'd be funny if they're like, yeah, I should do one of those. Like, it's like, what do Linux users think Windows is or something, and then just take an old picture from BIOS on the Amiga 5000.
Oh, it's funny. I guess it's Windows 98 because apparently it's July 7th, 1998 on the date of the phone. Anyway, you can see it in the stream.
Oh, that's cool. Hunka Show just said over in comment that he likes Cortana better because just yesterday he asked it about the weather and then he said convert it to Celsius and Siri wouldn't do it, but Cortana did. So that's actually pretty cool.
I don't know. Let's see.
I like chaining commands. That's one thing I really like with voice recognition now is they've gotten to the point where not only does it understand natural language, but you can also keep building on the base query. So you can be like, I want to go somewhere.
Siri,
do something.
What is the weather today?
Nice weather coming up today. Up to 90 degrees Fahrenheit.
What is that in Celsius?
Looks like nice weather coming up today.
and they probably have a case statement in there. It's like, if you hear the word Fahrenheit or Celsius, just tell them about the weather. You're gonna get it most times.
Siri, you suck. But yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, God. I mean, well, let's face it. Siri was something that was dreamed up by a third party. It used to be an app that you could buy for iOS back with iOS. I think it was iOS 5 that was out. Apple liked it, and they did what everyone's doing these days. They bought the company and then just kind of shat on it.
Yeah.
And then what's sad about that is the people who paid for the Siri, because Siri was a free app, but you could also have a pay version. Those people got it. It was removed from their iPhones altogether. So if you're an old iPhone 4 or an iPhone 3GS that had Siri, on it. They didn't call it Siri. It was something else. Maybe it was still called Siri. I don't remember. But anyway, when it launched on iOS 4, they took it away from all those people. That's fucked up because they paid for it.
No, but it's one of those things. I think voice recognition is like a big deal now with cell phones. Like when it first started, it was amusing, right? It never was really practical. But honestly, I create so many appointments now just by talking to it and say, create appointment for tomorrow at 2 p.m., high priority, the name of the place, the phone number, the address, and it figures it all out.
Here, we'll test that. Remind me next Thursday at 6:50 p.m. that I have an enema appointment.
Here's your reminder for next Thursday at 6:50 p.m.
All right.
Shall I create it?
Yes.
Okay, I'll remind you.
All right, so it can remind me that I need to get an enema next week.
Hey, this is pretty funny. Call Siri a whore and listen to what she says.
Really? Or is this going to be a stream now of nothing but Siri getting picked on?
No. We'll end it with this one.
Siri, you're a whore.
If you insist.
Oh, hey.
Whoa,
shiz.
your phone's a lot nicer than mine. Mine was like, what have I ever done to you?
No, mine apparently agrees. She's like, if you insist, going down.
So as far as iOS 8, honestly, I mean, they got some stuff like Touch ID is going to be available in the apps now. I mean, I don't know, why do you need a fingerprint reader in app? I guess it's for like deeper levels of security, but I don't know.
It's
the
easier
iCloud Drive, big whoop-de-doo. There's already, huh?
It's easier because every time you touch your phone, the NSA gets a real-time scan.
Yeah, exactly, right?
No, remember, it's encrypted in that module inside the APU, and it never leaves it.
Yep, next time you rob a liquor store, the cops are going to find you really quick. Like, all right, Siri, where's that asshole that has this fingerprint? Down the street, to the left, 300 yards, Celsius.
I just didn't think iOS 8 was bringing a whole lot to the table. You know what that
it's
means?
not. It's really not. I mean, there's a couple neat things, but for the most part, it's like iCloud Drive. Come on, that's just a fucking another app. It might be integrated, but how's that different than like, you know, you got, what is it? OneDrive, you've got Google Drive, you've got Dropbox, you've got, I mean, everybody and their brother's giving away free cloud storage now. So that's nothing really new. I'm sure they'll have some proprietary way to make it better than those services on an iOS device, but still, cloud storage is cloud storage.
If the iOS 8 isn't this exciting, it makes me think there's really not going to be anything groundbreaking or exciting on the new iPhone, which I'm pretty sure we all know by now. It's just going to be a bigger screen because people have squawked and wanted a bigger screen for so long. Apple has to give it.
You need it. Like, I'm done with it. Those small screens.
Now, the reality is, I will probably get a new iPhone just because of the fact that I have an upgrade available. I like simple phones. We've gone over this a million times. I like simple. I like to touch it. I like to be like, I'm drunk. I can just look at a little picture. Okay, I click that picture and I can do something. You and I both, I can't speak for you. I live a very complicated technology life. I am surrounded by technology. Sometimes I just want simple.
Have you ever watched my videos,
stupid.
Jay? No, just kidding.
Can't say that I have. But I want simple with my phone. I don't want to customize it. I don't want to set up widgets. I don't want to be able to drag things all around the screen and do funky stuff. I just want it to just turn on and go to the web and go to my bank app and not have to deal with. Now, yes, Android can do that. But we all know there's a little bit more complexity to Android when it comes to account setup and just basic setup of the phone. iOS is perfect for me because it's the stupid phone. I wouldn't blame the Android OS because I would say the Android OS is incredibly solid. So is the Windows Phone operating system. Like, I genuinely love the Windows Phone 8.1 on the Lumia 1520. What I don't like is the damn Facebook app and the Twitter app. The Facebook app and Twitter app are great unless you're like a content producer where you have to keep ahead of a lot of things, like the YouTube app. On the iPhone, I can do all the producer stuff on there and change my settings and do most of what I need to do, and none of that is available on the. So it's the whole app wars thing. With Android, the apps are so different for different devices and different screens and different features that you don't get that. It's like with iOS, just everything works or it's not there. They're
everything
not universal.
They're not, exactly, and that's
that's
one of the things I like.
They do that on purpose. Even though we're talking about a developer of their own app, they could make them function exactly the same on both devices, with the exception of some button mapping. But if we're dealing with digital buttons or virtual buttons anyway. But, I don't even use the YouTube app on here. I don't even have it installed. You know why? Because there's one thing I actually like to do on my phone when it comes to YouTube is go to my inbox. And there's no inbox button on the app? You know that, right?
On which app?
On the YouTube app. The
Oh,
YouTube app
you're right.
does
I
not
haven't ever been able to
have
see it.
an inbox. It's not there. But if you go to the web app, it's there.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Why the hell,
I didn't even notice
YouTube,
that.
do you not have a way to see your inbox from your app?
Just it's probably because Google's running the show over there and they're big Android buffs. but as far as Yosemite, the new version of OS 10, I should say OS 10. Every time I say OS X, like all the Mac purists come out and brains.
I thought they were supposed to name it after a cat. Why isn't it named after a cat?
It should be, actually. It would have been more popular. But I love some of the other features it has, too. Like, oh, you can now attach 5 gigabyte attachments to email. But then it specifically says that the OS on the other side actually just gets a link that takes you to cloud storage. So it's like, how's that any different than you just dumping shit in Dropbox and putting the link in your email? I mean, it's... So I thought that was a little bit of a joke. There was a lot of just illusionary features in there, which it was really just, basically new apps that they were touting as features and slight tweaks. But I mean, all in all, I don't think it was bad. I think some of the simple stuff that they did with like tweaking the bar so that you can have a dark mode and a light mode and have more of, the translucent effects, even though I joke about it. It's like, I do like translucency a little bit depending on how it's implemented. And I didn't think it looked all that bad. So, but it's definitely not, it's not a big ground shaking release if they have to spend 10 minutes telling you about the transparency and basically show you a live demo and an automated demo of the exact same thing. I mean, they were filling time like crazy.
And I only watched some highlights of the keynote. I've honestly not even watched 5 minutes of anything from WWDC this year. But it's almost seemed like, and I've been to quite a few like TV show tapings because we live so close to Hollywood. I've been to that 70s show and a bunch of older shows. And, there's a laugh track, but there also is the little, laughter light that turns on. Like, laugh. They're cueing you to laugh. I swear to God that they were cueing the applause during the...
Apple fanboys are just like that. They know when they know during the silence, that's when they're supposed to make noise. They know this.
He's pausing. Yeah! Yeah! What do you say?
So, one person over in chat, let's see, where did it go? Jack Little was talking about the Swift language. Now, that's something I didn't touch on, was Apple basically created its own new language for app development called Swift. And it looks like it's a highly object-oriented language that allows you to play in real time backwards and forwards through it, which makes debugging easier. And it's easier to write code and find defects. The biggest problem that I had, and I think it's cool, don't get me wrong, I actually think Swift is pretty cool. I thought that it looked a lot like JavaScript-style syntax, and anything's better than Objective-C. Objective-C is just... fucking don't even get me started. Objective-C and Cocoa, oh my god, not even cool. But
I love Cocoa, especially with marshmallows.
Yeah, that kind of Cocoa I could deal with. But Swift is a programming language I think is really cool, but I think the biggest problem they're going to run into is, once, they're not going to go cross-platform with it. And developers don't like non-C style languages when they can't just cross-platform everything. So unless somebody creates a version of like Mono's equivalent to .NET, I don't see it really becoming super, super popular beyond just people at home trying to write their own apps and their own games. I don't see big companies adopting it. And then the other big problem that I see is anytime you introduce a really, really high-level language like that allows anybody to basically drag and drop their way to creating apps, you're going to flood the marketplace with, like, Balloon Bumper. I mean, it's going to be like every single game in the marketplace is going to be some demo app that's been slightly modified via drag and drop. And Apple's going to have to start denying a bunch of these coming into the store, and that process is going to slow everybody else coming in.
I'm just so unemotionally attached to anything mobile anymore. I don't know why. 2 years ago, I would have been all over this. Like, yeah, new phone, woo! And I would have been all excited. Now I'm just like, I don't even care. I just threw my phone.
See, this is the funny thing is, I was thinking about this, and it's like, what is my most used device like in my life? It probably is my phone. Honestly, it is, because I'd say that probably
because you're on Twitter 18 hours a day.
Yes, you're right. I'm probably on Twitter more than anybody else. Like literally at work when I'm on the shitter, I'm tweeting. So if you get a response from me on Twitter, I'm probably taking a dump. But anyways, the thing about it is I use it so much, but I use it for so few things. I was just thinking about that today. It's like on my mobile device, I have 100 apps installed on the damn thing. I have tons of games, all this stuff, but I rarely use any of it. It's like usually I download it and I'll play a game for a little while and I'll be like, oh, this is novelty. It was something to kill time, and then I never play it again. Unless you're my wife and you play Candy Crush 24/7.
I only download games and apps that are very useful on the shitter. And I think that might actually be true for many people.
And social media is great on the shitter. I mean, there's just something empowering about being able to have conversations with crazy internet people while you're pinching a loaf. I'm just saying.
And sometimes pinching a loaf actually is a way to deal with some of the crazy people that you're interacting with.
I know. Sometimes I literally shit myself when I'm reading these comments. I'm like, oh my God. It's like better than coffee. I want to see somebody meme that. Make sure somebody needs to meme that one.
Since the Titan Z is launched, I'm just commenting on something someone said here. Since the Titan Z is launched, do you know I have, if I were to draw a chart right now of Titan Z comments that come at me now on both Twitter, Facebook, and whatever, YouTube, this would have been like going into the launch. Now it's just like, boing, it's way up there. And I can't get people to stop sending me pictures of Titan Zs. People are sending me benchmarks of Titan Zs. People are sending me reviews of people saying, Titan Z is the best thing in the world.
I honestly didn't think that they were going to drop it. Honestly didn't think they were going to, and they did. So,
well, you know what's funny is I repeated what people had told me, that it looked like it was dropped from the lineup, but I left it at that. And sure enough, it just kind of like, they didn't make it a huge deal that they were launching it, because they already know it's fucking garbage compared to the 295X2.
And actually, I think that might be the direction I'm going. I'm already talking with a company that shall remain nameless to acquire some of these cards. Now, I will be paying for them, hopefully just at a discounted price, because I don't want to spend $1,500 on a card. But my goal is I want to get a 295X2 and a separate 290 and run them in Crossfire.
Why?
Because it's actually this specific company has done it in many of their builds, and the benchmark results are actually really, really good for the money.
A 290X, not a 290?
Oh, sorry, 290X.
Oh, okay.
290X and a 295. Why? Yeah, X2.
Well, it should be recognized on AMD side as like a three-way Crossfire.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing is the way that the way the Crossfire works, unlike SLI, is you can actually have an unbalanced configuration like that and not take a huge dump in performance. So, but it's funny because it's like everybody talks about the two technologies. And it's like SLI, you can get the maximum potential across 3 cards if they're identical cards and everything's really, really good.
Look at the chat. Look at what I've started. Look at the chat. Titan Z, Titan Z,
here we go. Titan Z. Oh my God, I love Titan Z, but it has 12 gigabytes.
You made me throw my cup. They made me throw my cup.
12 gigabytes. Oh. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to... How many Titan Zs? I can run 2, right, in SLI? For a total of 4?
Fuck you, Jerry.
I'm just going to do it, Jay. Fuck it. That's it. I'm going to go spend, what is it, $3,000 or whatever for 2 of them?
I'm so done.
Oh, I like everybody over here is like Digital Storm. Yeah. No, it's the company. Shh, quiet. Don't know. It's not... Okay, maybe it's Digital Storm. Okay, maybe it's Digital Storm. And maybe we're going to be giving away a GPU next week. It's not going to be a super high-end GPU like the Titan Z, but we might be giving away a GPU. God damn it, Jake, come back.
You made me mad.
Your desk was highly reflective.
It's very
I think it's funny. It always ends up going to the GPUs, doesn't it? Always goes to the GPUs. But anyways, I think I'm going to give AMD a shake this time around. Oh, let's see. Hold on.
Don't shake it more than twice or you're playing with it.
Let's see, Titan Z RAM greater than system RAM. Well, yeah, GPU RAM is hella fast. That's why it's so freaking expensive. Let's see. Okay, so anyways, we got OS X off the board. So let's move on to a funny topic.
I want to talk about this one because this is local.
This is your topic. Take it away.
This is local. This happened local. Okay, so have you ever had a neighbor that's just pissed you off? Maybe you've had a neighbor who's borrowed something from you and never returned it. Has that ever been you, Jerry? Yeah. So how do you get back at that neighbor? Well, you get on Craigslist and you say, hey guys, have to move and be out by Sunday. So come on by and take this for free. And you list out a whole bunch of stuff because your neighbor has a habit of leaving his garage door open. So what you do is you then put your neighbor's address on the Facebook or the Craigslist post, and you have 40 to 50 people come into your house and just start ransacking your shit. That happened here. So it got me thinking, like, that was actually very clever, right? I mean, I could do a Craigslist post right now up in the Seattle area for you, and if I knew your address, and just be like, hey guys, come take my stuff. Put your address, gotta move. It's first come, first served.
I can't believe that people are that gullible, though, that like they would just buy that. Like somebody's going to post on Craigslist, yeah, just come over to my house and loot it.
You know what the funniest part is? This guy has a security fence, like a maybe a 5-foot fence. You know, the steel gate, kind of sliding gate to the driveway sort of thing. These people hopped it. They jumped over it. And the only person that was home at the time was the guy's girlfriend. He was at work. So she called him up and was like, there's like 40 people. They jumped the fence and they're in the house. And she called the police, and the police said no laws were broken.
That's really, really strange. Because I think about that, and it's like, yeah, you create a Craigslist ad that's like, I have security cameras, but don't worry, they're off. If the back gate's locked, just crawl over it. And I left a rock next to the door, or like next to the sliding glass door. It's like, at what point do the people not realize that they're actually breaking the law? I mean, that isn't like...
When you come down here, by the next day, you'll be like, this article makes a lot of sense now. I get it.
Well, it might not work in my neck of the woods. Probably works great in yours. Is that what you're saying? Jay, are we going to get killed and have our organs harvested?
Probably. Someone told me
do you have a really nice room, but as soon as you go out on your front porch, it looks like Detroit?
Think you walk out in the morning, like, I
shouldn't say all of Detroit. Some of Detroit's actually nice.
No. Yep. That's what it sounds like when you go outside.
Your wife opens the door and all you hear is because you've got like sound dampening all over everything. Oh my god.
Hi, I'm home. We got to lock all 10 deadbolts on both security screen doors.
Yeah, this kind of reminds me of something on the Craigslist thing that happened up here. Something similar happened. It wasn't quite like this, but somebody said, what was it? It was something about a diamond ring or something. Like somebody posted a fake ad that said, yeah, I'm selling a diamond ring or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Just and so people kept, for like $200, it was like $10,000 ring. And so people just kept going over and like knocking on the door. And it got to the point where the lady had to call the police because literally it was like she was having a yard sale. Like people were just showing up because it was like first come, first serve in the ad and no phone number. So everybody was like, oh my God, I gotta get over there.
Yep.
It's almost like the Craigslist equivalent of swatting,
It is. And I just want to point out that Robert Tarr in chat has now listed my microphone fuzzy for $2 on Craigslist, apparently.
Oh, shit. Get on that, man. It's way more than $2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Someone says Jerry where weed is legal.
It's funny. Gillis Grant said, is Jerry tugging his pickle under his desk? Always. Always.
His hand never leaves his pickle, if you want to know the truth.
Yeah, you ever notice you only ever see one hand on the stream? The other one isn't on the mouse. I'm just saying.
Your palm was actually kind of red. I just want to point that out.
Actually, it was a little, huh? It was tugging my pickle. I don't know. It's autopilot these days. I've been married for 9 years. It's autopilot. It's like
someone's gonna break in and jack my carpet.
Somebody's gonna steal the brown and go. Hey guys, I just want to take a second. If you're enjoying the stream, go ahead and hit that like button down there. It is the ultimate motivator for us. I don't really know why, but it is. And it also lets us know that you guys are actually in here because the view counter is completely broken. We have no idea how many people are watching the stream. If you hit that like button, at least we can see a number go up.
I see 501.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
For me, it says 1.
I'm the only one watching the stream.
It says 1 view. I'm the only one. I'm watching myself right here. Jay wouldn't be the first time.
Hey, that's how we all started. How many times when you first started YouTube did you have a video that had like 25 views, but 20 of them was you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much. Actually, a funny story was when I was really, really small, I actually had YouTube ban my AdSense account when I first enabled it because I viewed my video too many times that it triggered their system. Because too many views came from me compared to other people.
Jeez.
So, and that's where I learned that you have to actually stop the ad if you're watching your video.
Also, too, guys, if you absolutely hate the stream, feel free to hit the dislike button because it has the same effect.
Yeah, that's actually true. A lot of people don't know that. The like and dislike both are used in the exact same waiting routine. The fact that you just click a button and generate an opinion tells YouTube that it's interesting. So
for them,
feel free to voice your opinion either way.
For them to come to the video, and granted they don't have ad block on, if they come to the video, click dislike, and then leave a hateful comment, that's 3 postings towards the video that rank it up.
That's true. That's true because the biggest rankings on YouTube are the comments and the likes.
Yep.
Well, likes or dislikes. Doesn't matter. Just showing interest.
Yeah. And guys, I just want to point something out since we're talking about YouTube system here. You may have noticed that there's been quite a bit of slowdown when it comes to giveaways on my end. I don't think I'm going to be doing giveaways on YouTube anymore because it turns out there is actually quite the rules list when it comes to doing giveaways on YouTube regarding legality. I mean, what was it? You can't, and no one under the age of 18 can enter. You have to.
It has to be a fair and provable contest.
You have to specifically list and exclude places that are prohibit giveaways.
Yep. What was the other one? Oh, you can't ask for subscribe, or no, you can ask for subscribe, but you can't ask for likes or comments.
Yeah,
because like we just said, likes and comments rank the video. Subscriptions don't.
You can't have an action item that calls people to a site.
Yep.
You can't use YouTube as a traffic drive to drive your giveaway on another site like
Yeah, you can't embed videos. It has
yeah.
to be 100% viewed from YouTube. So, I mean, the list was, somebody sent me the link to it. I was like, holy shitballs. Like,
and not only can you get in trouble for it, it's a community strike if they see your video. Didn't that happen to a friend of yours?
Yep. That's exactly how I learned about it. Was he got a strike against his because somebody complained about the giveaway, probably because they didn't win. They probably got. It's funny whenever I do a giveaway, when there are actually people out there that think 100% that they're going to win.
There's people out there. I've had people that have been. No, I used to think that they were kidding, but I've had some people that were so convinced they were going to win, they were already sending me their address.
Yeah, no, that freaked me out. I never expected that. Like, I never even anticipated. Like, I had somebody message me, and they're probably like watching the stream right now, so they're probably gonna be like, "Oh, that was me." But they messaged me, and they're like, "Okay, well, disadvantaged story, the typical story where it's like, yeah, I'm, having a rough time, shit's going bad, I don't have any money." And they're like, "This would really change my life. Please just let me win this, and I'll be your sub forever." And then I got a bunch of follow-up mails that were like, "Yeah, I can't wait for the contest to end. This is gonna be," and they were talking like they already won it. And then when I announced the winner, I basically get hate mail and an unsub because it's like, "Oh shit, I was totally gonna win this, and you told me that I was gonna." I was like, I never even responded. Like, what are you talking about? And it genuinely makes me feel bad. I mean, I'll throw it out there. I mean, I'm not doing the giveaway to piss off a bunch of people. I'm doing the giveaway to draw attention because there's a lot of people out there that don't know my channel.
Yeah.
Everybody, and that's the funny thing is, I guess we're gonna go off on our little YouTube rant right now. It's like, yes, I do. I advertise myself. I self-promote myself.
You sure as hell do. I've tried it before. I've like tweeted some other YouTubers. I'm like, "Hey, do you want to collaborate?" They're like, "Yeah, sure. What do you have in mind?" I'm like, never mind." Because
Jay is seriously like the most proudest. Like,
no, it's not pride. It is not pride. No, it's not.
Jay will not take handouts. He just won't.
No, it's not. It is not pride.
Actually, no, I take that back. Jay will take handouts all day long. He just won't request handouts.
I have too. Have I? What did I say to you earlier when I'm like, "We have to get the show up on your channel"? Huh?
That's true. Well, hey, but we have a different relationship. We're basically like married. I mean, we've been doing this long enough that it's like I feel like you owe me a ring.
Celibacy-related marriage, but still.
But it's one of those things where it's like I'll just go on Twitter and just start like tweeting people that have like 500,000 viewers. Like, "Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? Check out my video."
I know you do.
I'm a little shameless in that way, and I actually dialed it back. I don't do it as much as I used to, but you know how shameless I was when I first came out.
Yeah, you were teasing Timmy Tech for having business cards. Come on.
Well, actually, I was teasing him because I was actually going to get business cards, and he got them before me.
I've had business cards since CES, and what sucks is I have to remake them.
I just want business cards because I always tell people about my YouTube channel like in person, and it's funny because it's like I'm very proud of my YouTube channel, guys. I really am. It's
what is it? Oh yeah, we'll write this down. It's BAR.
I know, born nerd. No, that's 2 N's, and they never get it right, and they never write it down, and they never come see my site. So it's like I want a business card that I can just hand them. Did
you know I'm E-famous? Really? Yeah, check it out. Here's my card.
All I need is 2 different business cards. I need one for the men that's like a half-naked lady on the background. It's like barn nerd and like big like old post-apocalyptic font. And then I've got another one for the ladies that's like a picture of somebody baking in a kitchen or something like that, and a Pinterest like icon and
Pinteresty looking thing.
Yeah, and then I could hand that to all the baristas at Starbucks. I'm telling you, it'll work great. So I was just a little jealous that Timmy got the business cards before me. That's all that was.
Oh yeah, Kelly Tech is in here. He won the. We were talking. He's commenting on the giveaway stuff, and yeah, he won the aqua tuning kit at giveaway.
Oh, nice.
The water cooling kit. So guys, who wants to see an EVGA Torque X10 gaming mouse review? It's actually kind of a nice mouse.
EVGA makes mice?
They just started. It's their first one. It doesn't. It comes out on the 27th of.
And it has that rat vibe to it.
That's what I said. I said it looked like a cyborg. It looked like one of the cyborg mice.
Is it configurable? Can you make it longer and shorter and stuff? Can you move the pieces around?
Well, you have to stick a screw in its butthole right there.
Oh yeah.
and then you turn it a little bit. You
have to screw the mouse's butthole to get it adjusted, but that's okay.
And it does move up and down like height and length a little bit. It's not terribly adjustable, but it's very comfortable. It's very different. I mean, it's almost like hollow inside. See that? So you can see through it.
So it's probably pretty lightweight.
But it's also weighted. I mean, look. See if I can do this without breaking it. It's all well, guys, I was gonna do a review.
It actually doesn't look all that dissimilar from the Corsair I'm using right now.
So see those discs right there?
Oh yeah.
There's a whole bunch of discs that come with it, different weights. So I have both the 14 grams.
So the weights go in the top. Yeah, mine they go in the bottom. Huh,
yeah, but now people always say, "Oh, it looks like the Corsair mouse." It's just because it has pointy buttons. But does the Corsair mouse 100% ambidextrous?
No.
This is an ambidextrous mouse. See? Left hand and right hand buttons.
Dude, ambidextrous for poor people. Come on.
Hey, you shut your mouth. Yeah, so anyway, right. I already reviewed this mouse, actually. My render failed about 15 times trying to render it. Somewhere something got corrupted with the footage, so I'm just going to start over. I have had nothing but horrible luck over the last week.
Seriously. All right, well, let's move on to a more cheerful subject. No, I'm just kidding. So I found this today. This was something that I thought was kind of interesting because it was kind of counterintuitive, and I didn't think it'd be something that a large corporation like Microsoft would do. But Microsoft actually is trying to keep private data safe, at least at the enterprise level. You know, I guess they're not too worried about us little guys. But at the enterprise level, basically in 2013, the FBI requested information from Microsoft Office 365 customers. And the government actually wanted Microsoft to surrender this information so they could basically rifle through emails and stuff of all these different corporations. And they also issued a gag order saying that Microsoft could not talk about handing this data over to the FBI. It had to be completely silent behind the scenes. Well, Microsoft, instead of just pandering and just handing the data over, they actually went and filed a challenge in the federal court right here in Seattle, challenged them. The FBI withdrew the request.
Nice.
But then the problem was the FBI just did an end run around Microsoft entirely and basically went to the individual companies themselves to obtain the data. And of course, those companies weren't willing to fight. And so you know, they basically got their data anyways. But I just thought that was really cool. That's something that I really respected. I mean, especially as a Microsoft employee myself, that they actually respected, you know, the privacy and didn't agree with just the government just coming in and stepping in and getting everything. Dude, that mouse is just mesmerizing me, dude. What is that, like demo mode or something? What the hell are you doing?
There's actually a button on the bottom.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck? Is this like Christmas tree mode? Like, did you do left, right, BA start or something?
AB select start. See? No, these are different profiles, actually. That's a profile select. You see how you have the on-the-fly DPI adjustments right there? But you notice how I switch between them? See how that switch? Because I had different DPI adjustment. But it also has a software you can RGB control the color of the backlight. Oh!
That's so cool, Jay. That's so cool. Do it again. Push that button, make it go red. It's cool.
No.
Okay, then I won't. Fine.
You're being rude.
So anyways, I mean, there's not really a whole lot to talk about beyond that. I just thought it was cool that while I was rifling through stuff, I was like, way to go, Microsoft. Way to fight the man. Because the thing is, Microsoft and other large corporations like that, we have a lot of government contracts. I mean, a lot of the money comes from the government. I mean, those are huge contracts for software and everything. And the fact that you're willing to just not go, yeah, no, we'll just give them anything they want and just not tell anybody. You know, I have a lot of respect for that. Just like I have respect for when Google basically posts the number of reports. You know, they publicly list all the number of requests that they get for the government for information. They don't specifically say which information and stuff because they can't, but they at least tell you, they give you some kind of stats to indicate just how intrusive the government's being to obtain personal information.
Yeah.
And so I respect companies for doing that. I think that's because they're kind of putting their ass a little bit on the line because, I mean, it's the government, for crying out loud. I mean, you push enough buttons, you're gonna wind up in a ditch somewhere. Just saying.
You know, it's funny. There's still quite the line drawn in the sand, though. There's a lot of tech giants that are with the government.
Yeah, no, but that's just my point. Is it's like
GoDaddy?
You know, yeah, no, that's true. What is GoDaddy doing with the government?
GoDaddy is one of the companies that willingly will give up the data that's requested by the government.
Oh no shit! Well, I'm gonna move all my domains. Screw that. I didn't know. I had no idea.
Yeah. At least that's what Logan told me.
Daddy.
That's what Logan told me from Tech Syndicate, anyway.
Well, I'd believe coming from
because
Logan,
when I was looking for hosting, he suggested to me Bluehost because that's what he used when he started. But I said, "What about GoDaddy?" He was like, "No, here's why." And he went into it. So
the only thing I like about GoDaddy, I mean, all political stuff aside, the thing I like about GoDaddy is their dashboard.
My kid is outside my office banging on my window. Stop hitting my window!
You be quiet out there!
All of a sudden, a rock's gonna come through
Daddy's
the
in here
window
being relevant on the internet.
Daddy's telling his stories.
Daddy's telling the stories to all the peoples that listen. I love how the only accent that we've used today has been like Southern redneck.
It's because America.
I'm sorry.
Look, when it comes to America,
I'm sorry if we have offended all of our Southern followers. We apologize. We realize you all don't sound like this.
Are you kidding? When I do my grilling with Jace, like Instagram stuff, and I'm always doing like, hey, now today on this grill, we're gonna be doing. You know how many people respond to me like, "You sound like my cousin Ed." You know, they'll like name a family member.
You sound just like Billy Lee.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, jeez.
Oh, so hey, the next topic is one that you actually added to the list that I laughed so hard when you posted this in Skype because I was like, it's not even mainstream yet, and there's already countermeasures in place. So go ahead and take this one.
A guy by the name of he's from Berlin, Germany. Actually, his name is Julian Olivar. He developed the world's first glass hole detector. So basically, we were talking about Google Glass, right? And the encroaching of privacy, walking in, and how you'd turn around, see if someone wearing Google Glass, and you would censor yourself, right?
Yeah, totally.
So basically, what this guy did was he developed a program that finds the unique character strings that make up the MAC address for these Google Glass devices. If you guys don't know, all electronic devices, even mice, keyboards, everything has a MAC address. It's this unique identifier. And same thing, especially over networks. You have to give out a MAC address. And MAC addresses are kind of like serial numbers. There's a various range of them that identify that they're a particular product. So you can't manipulate a MAC address, really. So anyway, he develops this software that basically searches using just a standard USB Wi-Fi antenna plugged into a Raspberry Pi in a public place like a Starbucks or something, the mall, and it basically sends out a wireless signal that basically indicates to all of the Google Glass that are searching for the public Wi-Fis, which is what they do. They just automatically will search and connect. It sends out a signal and says, hey, I'm a public Wi-Fi. So the Google Glass will connect to it, where it will then deny them connection to public Wi-Fi. So basically, he's
out them. So it looks like it's an SH script. So they probably have a web page that's like, oh, glass holes here, glass holes here, glass holes here.
Yeah, and you took it to the next step. You're like, oh, he should come up with an alarm, like the glass hole alarm. Whoop whoop.
No, I was just thinking that this would be awesome because you could use an if this then that alert or something like that. Yeah. Basically, all you'd have to do is have the script send an email to you saying that I detected MAC address blah 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 on the network, then have if this then that, pick up the email that has that subject line and then have it play a sound on the computer or control something, a bell can switch to flicker a light or something that's basically like glass hole detected, glass hole detected.
It comes over the mall PA system. Warning, glass hole detected in lingerie.
That'd be funny. Just have a sound on a repeat loop that's like, look for the dick with glasses. Look for the dick with glasses.
That sucks for everyone wearing glasses, though.
Look for the dick with, asymmetrical glasses.
Look for the cyborg. Look for the cyborg.
Yeah. I just thought that was really funny because it's a clever way of detection. It really is, because it's taking advantage of the Google Glass trying to do what it does, which is put your entire life on the freaking internet. And it's using that as, and the other thing that I'm wondering is what would make the script even better is if instead of denying them access to the Wi-Fi, it granted them access to the Wi-Fi and faked an internet connection.
Yeah.
So basically it just allowed connections, every single port request, every single thing that it did, it would allow, and then just not send data. And that way it would be misinformed and think it's connected.
So it works just like Verizon Wireless.
Yeah. Basically just steal it, get it to jump on your network, and then once it's on your network, just packet sniff all the traffic. I mean, I'm sure it's all encrypted and everything, but still.
You are totally describing Verizon Wireless. I don't know what service you use, but that's Verizon.
That's Verizon. Well, that's just Wi-Fi in general.
Oh my God.
So anyways, I thought that was really funny.
Somebody asked if I was doing a tech segment today. No, not today, guys. I couldn't even find... I was going to say something I would say in person, but I won't say it on stream. I couldn't even get this shit started 15 minutes before being 15 minutes late. I couldn't find my ass from a hole in the ground today. No. Anything tech related I tried to do would have been like Tim the Toolman Taylor, or would ended up in fire trucks.
It was pretty funny. I wish that I had been recording you just constantly Skype calling, and then you just randomly go rah, 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 hit the microphone and go black, and then the call would drop. And then he'd call me back and he'd be like, "Am I still staticky?" Sorry, headphone users. And then I'd be like, "Yeah," and he'd be like, rah, 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 click, and it'd disconnect again. Like, he got to the point where he wasn't even saying bye. He was just like rah, 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 disconnect. Oh God, it had me in stitches. But no, this is what I was meant when I was telling you last time, that it's like I do get, when I have to host the live stream, I do genuinely get stressed.
I'm not stressed over the live stream. I was stressed because I'm sick of the H4n. I want to use my Sennheiser mic, but I need an XLR interface, and I don't have one.
I know. I was, what is that? I think it was on ZZound that I found. They had this cool XLR interface that you plug into USB. It's basically just a little box that plugs in the bottom of the microphone and goes straight into USB. So you don't have to use a big clunky interface. It's basically just XLR straight to USB amp.
I need to find something like that.
Oh, I heard a sound. Uh-oh, Craigslist
There's
people breaking into my
somebody
house.
climbing in through your window.
Oh noes. Oh noes. Better get the AR.
Yeah, I need to get something like that and just leave it set up full time on the computer so I can just plug in my mic and have my little YouTube mic flag and all that. I mean, I have a really nice mic setup that I want to use, and I'm sick of this Don King looking piece of shit.
So do we?
Anybody want to buy a Yeti mic?
What's that?
I said, does anybody want to buy a Yeti mic?
Yeah, with pubic.
But you gotta cup it like this.
And you might have to pick it out of your wife's teeth later. Oh, let's go there. Oh.
And the dislikes go through the roof. No,
hey, did we have any Twitter questions or chat questions we want to take before we shut her down?
I like 80 interactions. Let me see.
Let's see what we got here. There's got to be something good out there.
Let's see. Is it worth losing the NVIDIA benefits and optimizations, or should I go with more memory? Oh gosh, the GPU question. Sorry.
They're all GPU questions. Oh my god. Is it gonna
be a tech demo? I already answered that. I would break it. Jay, I'm digging the tribble you skewered with your mic.
Robert Tarr in chat said Jerry's mother is home. the noise that I heard breaking into my house.
Here, we'll just do the Twitter feed real quick. You gotta like the way I've got this set up right now here, huh? Let's see. Still got that 900D. When are you starting your new build? My build is actually going to be, and that was Josh here on Twitter.
Yep.
My build is going to be based on this 4790K, which I'm probably going to pre-order this weekend. I know I said pre-order, but that's the only way I can guarantee I'm going to get one, because the week it launches, I'm going to be in New York. So I'm not going to be able to make a drive to Micro Center. Although I wonder if there's a Micro Center in New York City. Anyone in New York City out there can tell me there's a Micro Center in town? I'll go buy it.
I'd be surprised if there wasn't.
I know, right? There's one in Chicago. Let's see what we got here. Someone says my mic is smoking. So that means Paul Robbins has been following Tech Talk for a while. The Amazon videos. Huh.
Oh, did you miss Kelly text? Jay looks like he's talking into a bearded clam.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. That was awesome.
That's epic. All right.
Let's see. Glad you got it working finally. Oh, these are the people that were like, finally you're doing this. So somebody made a little picture of Titan Z poo. The Bradley Clapp. Oh, that's the second picture he got on the stream today. I'm gonna start spoiling this guy.
Somebody said that's a tribble on your mic. That's actually a good one. That actually does look like a tribble.
That's what I said. Someone earlier said that they like the tribble that I skewered with my mic. Oh, jeez.
And Keith said, dude, this is more like listening to a phone call as opposed to an interactive podcast. Show us some love, bro. That's what we're doing right now. What we're doing, Keith. You just calm your tits.
Keith Brandon says, am I getting through? Have any info on AMD FX's future? From the conversation I had with them on the phone there,
FX is dead.
Has no future. Yeah.
Yeah, FX gone. Hasta la vista.
Apparently this
now we just got to get the rest of them to die.
Ask Barnacles if he'll sell him Jethro. Joshua Northern wants to buy Jethro.
No. You can't. You can't buy me. This isn't like the old South. This is the new South. You can't buy me. Yeah.
Sean Gao.
Hate him so much.
I love him. Sean Gao says, for a budget build, is it better for me to get an APU or a CPU and GPU? Well, that's pretty... CPU,
depends on the budget.
Yeah. I mean, APU is if you can't afford the GPU, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, if you only got like $300, I don't think you got a lot of options.
Let's go way down here. Let's see. Barnacles Nerdgasm says, don't worry, the squirrel will distract me soon enough for an overtake. What are we talking about? Oh, that was
that's what I was saying earlier when you were talking about you hit 75,000 subs. I was like, don't worry, Jay. At some point I'll get distracted and then I'll just come to a standstill and you just go blowing right by me.
Okay, so that's pretty much all we got right there. Oh, one new interaction. Let's see what that new interaction is.
Squeaked in under the wire.
Will you talk about the Ares 3? It is Asus's own version of the 295 X2. That's really all there is to it. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. No, that's very Wanshow-esque.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like it. I honestly really like having a document with special thanks to Ghost. I think that was really cool of him to come in and do this because
we do have to give a huge shout out to Dom because really, I mean, we gave him topics that we want to talk about and he did some of the research for us. Huge shout out. And guys, he genuinely likes the show, so therefore you guys all should too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
And if you don't like the show, what the fuck are you doing here? Huh?
Hit the dislike button if you hate the show.
Yeah, why aren't you watching PewDiePie?
Don't hit the dislike button, hit the like button.
Hit that dislike button if you hate us.
Hit the like button. If you're not a stupid pants.
Every time I do this, I feel like I'm really close to a ball sack.
All right, this thing's got to go.
That's like. I'm a little worried that you know what that's like, Jay.
Well, everyone keeps calling it a ball sack.
Feels like it's next to a ball sack. Jay, we're gonna get into so much trouble when I come down there, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah. All right. I think that pretty much wraps up the show there.
I think we're gonna wrap it up. I think it has been a highly successful tech talk. This has been great. I love the document. I love the topics. This was good. I liked it.
You've got to define successful.
Successful in that I'm like not gonna go kill myself after the show.
You know what I consider successful?
What's that?
We made it from C to Z. I say C because we skipped A and B because we were late. So
we did. And I wouldn't say we made it.
I was late.
X, and then we ran off into the ASCII character set.
I was late. You weren't late. It was all my fault.
It was for once. I wasn't the one holding things up. That's rare. That is truly rare.
Yeah. All right. Well, the kid is beating down my door. So guys, we're gonna go ahead and play that outro. We hope to see you next week. And remember, 2 weeks from now, Tech Talk. There's gonna be 2 of us.
I'm gonna be in Jay's room.
And I'm going to be in Seattle.
No guarantees. We'll see.
Wouldn't that be ironic if I got sent to Seattle that week for work?
That would be really weird.
All right, guys. Rolling that outro.